It's currently 2:36 a.m. and there's still no such thing as grown-ups.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know.
What happened? What's going on?
It was paused. I wasn't recording.
My microphone smells funny.
Don't smell your microphone too hard, or else you might think it smells funny.
It smells weird.
That's because there's no
such thing as grown-ups.
There's no such thing as grownups.com. My name is Curtis.
And I'm Tara.
And this is No Such Thing as Grown-Ups, your guide to living in the world before the apocalypse. And one of the things you have to do in the world is eat food. And aside from the fact that Tara's been watching a whole bunch of weird little short documentaries about what we talk about all the time anyway, most foods aren't anything. They're just not food. Most stuff just isn't food.
Most food is cookies.
Most food is basically just cookies, and not even just, hey, look, like cookies. Grandma made cookies with, eggs and flour and ingredients. It's, stuff that simulates ingredients that last forever.
Corn syrup cookies.
Corn syrup is not a thing. I love corn. Corn is the best, but corn is not a thing. It's not actual food. It's not good for you. And then we use the worst kind of corn.
Poop it out whole.
For everything else. But yeah, I don't know. Life is weird. Life is strange. We're always just making decisions to
Popcorn is good.
Popcorn is the best. And what makes it even better is soaking in
cookies
and in butter. Yeah.
We no longer soak it in butter.
Straight to the oil.
Olive oil. It's good. Tastes good. You don't need butter.
Until they tell us it's the worst thing we could be doing.
Oh, God. We're killing ourselves with EVO.
You just never know what
Rachel
the next
Ray
thing is
like, what's going to happen when she just keels over?
Oh, all of those people. I just have
EVOO overdose.
I have just no time or energy for any of those like cooking shows. They're all just beyond insane. The last one I could remember ever actually enjoying was, I don't even know how or why.
You don't like Martha Stewart?
No, that is impossible. I can't even
how perfect she was.
Just stomach that. Just that alone.
Well, she just did everything perfect.
But she didn't do everything perfect. She practiced and practiced and practiced. She worked really hard. It wasn't just, I'm a perfect person. It was, I'm going to beat myself up mentally and physically.
The right way.
Yeah, until I do this imaginary version of what the right way is, because there is no real right way.
Until she figures out all the exact right ways and then follows and adheres to them.
There was
every minute of every day.
There was Walk with Yan. And then there's a bunch of maniacs for 100 years that are just maniacs. I don't know why they're cooking any of this stuff.
Was he only Canadian or was he all North America?
No, he was. I don't know. Probably. I'm sure he stretched down at least whatever states are closest to. Where was that filmed? Vancouver. I'd say a good maybe 2-3 state radius outside of Canada got affected by that. Maybe just one, just Washington or whatever. But that guy was amazing. I don't know. Every time I'm not watching a cooking show, and the next thing you know, it's the end of the show. He's pulled two people from the audience. They're eating his meal.
It wasn't really a cooking show.
And you've had a great time.
It was. You were just being
entertained.
Purely entertained.
Yeah, by Yan making pun after pun after pun after pun, and then all of a sudden here's your meal, which is, I guess, why I love this epic meal empire. Epic Meal Time I have zero interest in watching. I've heard people talk about it before, now that we watch the show, and I'm like, oh, that's the thing. Yeah, I still don't want to go watch that. It's still gross to watch people make gross meals and then eat it in the grossest way possible. I'm not saying these people aren't gross, but they are recklessly funny.
Give it a chance.
I could give it a chance, but we're watching this show. It's the same as this. Like,
give
people,
epic meals at times a chance.
I'm sure we've got some people that they listen to the podcast, like I do with podcasts I listen to, but they don't go to our YouTube and subscribe and watch all the videos there. They're just like, I just like listening to things.
Why wouldn't they do that? Now you can kill two birds with one stone.
That's the kind of person
I am. To the podcast and watch videos.
Yeah.
Simultaneously if you want.
If you want to. So, yeah, we've started uploading the show on YouTube as well for people who create little YouTube playlists for the day. We can get in on those playlists now.
We're in.
So you're welcome and happy birthday and Merry
some
Christmas.
dude said, like, the one that I put up, he said that was awesome and we should do more, so we will.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just because he said so. We were going to cut it off right there. Like, that's it. We'll put one on YouTube. That's all
That's
the
what
internet
kind of what we
gets.
did before.
And, yeah, well...
Don't joke about it.
We do a lot of stuff. When I listen to other podcasts of these people that
And
have,
they just do a podcast? Like, what's that all about?
And then they talk about, like,
it's so hard to do a podcast a week. Oh.
we have the interns doing this or that, or, you know, thanks so-and-so
Where
for
are interns?
doing the intro or doing this thing. And it's like,
God.
what are you talking about? Like,
How many times have we tried to get
we want to
Adam
thank
Fitzgerald to
Bethany
be our intern,
and
but
Ashley
no.
for the research that they did. Like, what? You guys aren't just showing up to your podcast and doing your podcast and then doing all the things. Like, every one of the things, it's just the two of us. Like, other than, yes, occasionally Adam Fitzgerald makes 19 vines about us or re-edits some video for us.
That's Kevin J. Forbes.
Kevin
oh
J.
my
Forbes.
God, now you're mixing them up.
And Adam Fitzgerald does something as well. But
He just looks handsome
and Don will
in
record
his little sports coat.
interstitials for us and stuff. People do send us stuff, but these other guys, like, they kind of sound dependent. Like, oh, sorry the episode was late. Like, no one was here to upload it. What? You were there. If you recorded it, then you could have...
They don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Everything.
I hire somebody for free to come in to hang out with me because I'm a little bit famous.
We need help. We need interns
We need
badly.
to be that little bit famous but again...
We're doing so much things here. Like,
I'm too obsessive and compulsive too, or the fact that, you know, you actually take care of a lot of this stuff now is kind of crazy because I used to just be like, all right, well, I'll edit the show, I'll upload the show,
You used to
I'll
do
set up
everything.
everything, and now you reset a whole new upload place. I don't even know how to do that anymore. Like, I went through like 4 or 5 places where the show was, and it was like, all right, that one's shut down, this one happened here. Now what? Like, all right, now we do this, and this. We have this other thing. I'm laboring over the Reddit like a maniac.
something
like,
that you started and now you have no idea what.
yeah, so I mean, now
what?
at this point, if it was like, yeah, I guess if we got interns, then you would be like, all right, here's the steps to follow to do the thing. But I kind of liked, like,
I'm a teacher. I can teach.
yeah, knowing that I know it's done because I was the last one to touch it. It was on the internet, and there it goes. And now, yeah, you do it mostly. I mean, well, you know, I still edit it or whatever, but and that's it.
I do a lot of things, and we do a lot of things together.
Yeah, so it's a lot of
So many things.
It's a lot of stuff that
We'll
makes a
talk
thing.
about later, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't know. I still find it strange though. Like, other than, you know, we have day jobs, you know, lots of other stuff to do, and so do these other podcasters that have the interns and stuff. I still don't understand, like, why. I don't know. I'm not like, we need some interns to do this stuff. It's still like, I still want to do those things. Like, I do want to do a lot of these things, but I my job
Well,
takes
part of it
takes a
would
lot
be
of my
very
brain.
smart to be an intern because then you're going to learn from, like, not just for interning for us. Like, if you intern for any podcast
Yeah.
and you want to do your own podcast, then you
Then
fucking find out how to
learn
do a
from our
podcast.
mistakes
Exactly.
And
Why
then-
make your own mistakes when you can watch others?
and then step over us.
Exactly.
And then we watch them from our graves,
Be better than us.
from our trampled graves. Of
When
these
I was
people we
teaching,
taught
the
to be
students
better
would
than
always
us.
just be like, oh, you know, I'm so glad you're here or whatever, or, like, you know, thank me for whatever I did. But I'd say, you know, I'll be happy when you don't need me anymore. And then they would say, like, oh, we'll always need you, in unison. But I was like, no, hopefully if I've taught you correctly, you won't need me. And that's the true lesson.
It's true. Speaking of
And they don't. So I'm a good teacher. So there.
stepping on people to get to what you need, or, I don't know, learning from other people's mistakes, or just showing up and saying, hey, did you guys learn from your mistakes? Cool. Now do a thing that I need, so I can just skip over that as well. This guy came into the office the other day with, like, as near as I can tell, a clipboard, like a folder, like
Okay, that sounds businessy.
and I couldn't see there there being more than one sheet of paper inside that folder.
That's all you need.
He's looking around the office.
That's all you need is one sheet of paper.
He claims, like, I've done my research. You're the guys. Like, we're the guys for what are you talking about? We're, like, in the middle of work. It's crunch time. We'd have no time at all to listen to whatever the hell it is you have to talk about. What's up? Well, I'm an engineer. I have, like, 4 or 5 degrees and do. Cool. I don't care about any of that stuff. You have to prove to me you can do.
Nobody in our world gives a shit how many fucking pieces of paper you hang on your wall.
Credentials are just imaginary.
To that point, on my wall in my office, I have like a shitload of credentials on there, but it's intermixed with like kind of fake credentials that fucking my class just printed off for each other. That's how much I care about that shit. I actually care about those certificates more. Like, I have a certificate for having the most testosterone in my class, and I was the only girl in my class. And I also have a certificate for something else that's kind of fake. Like, probably this isn't really fake, but it's how much I care. It's like modeling, low polygon modeling in soft image.
Oh, God. So,
I have a certificate for that.
Yeah, it's still more important to uphold your belief, not belief, but I don't know, your, to actually uphold what those things mean as opposed to holding up the picture of the thing that says you know what it means.
What's more important, holding up this piece of paper?
Yeah. Far too often people pull the old... just point at the sign like I'd love to help you out, but do you see?
So that's what he came in and started with was like, I have a bunch of degrees.
Like, just going on. I'm an engineer. I have an engineer. Like, no offense to engineers, but a lot of the engineers I meet for some reason have to say I have an engineer's mind, or friends of engineers, even worse, that are really just.
I'm a friend-gineer.
Yeah, like you're a stoner is what you're saying, and you like to think about things. And I meet a lot of these. It was like a couple of students all have the same thing to say.
Guess who likes to think about things?
Everybody does.
Guess who has ideas?
Yeah.
Everybody.
So, but some people say, like, I got an engineer's mind, and this guy said the same thing, and it's just like, all right, cool. I guess that must be something they tell you when you go to engineering school. Yeah. So I guess it's like seminary school. Like, oh, you must have gotten the calling. Nobody just applies for the job as a priest or pope. It's a divine thing, and just like being an engineer or anything.
One of the students told me that engineers like to just kind of, be better than other people.
Yeah,
basically. Not that she didn't tell me that in that many words.
But no, it is true. Not in a condescending, mean way. Maybe a little bit, but. That's the basis of most engineering is that, like, that's their mandate. Like, that's the mission statement. It's the psychopathic
borderline psychopath.
Mission statement is like, as an engineer, your imaginary oath is, instead of uphold the truth and justice like the police or Superman, it is to make things better. Like, that's literally what you do. What do we have here?
You just have to, like, correct everybody.
Yeah, like, that's all it is. Like, even whether it's wrong or not, it's, can you make this more efficient? You're the engineer, and you start to learn that, well, that's where you learn to think that you have this special, different mind from everyone else. Like, oh, I have the engineer's mind because all I ever do is try to think of a better way to do that, which means, I don't know, I guess I'm an engineer, or I have an engineer's mind too, but it's because I spend all day revising or coming up with things to revise about people's work. Like, I spend so much of my time playing video games and going, no, this should be different. This should be brighter. This should be faster. This should be more to the right. This should be not as invisible. Whatever. This should sparkle. This shouldn't be broken. And but to me, it's like normal things like that. Like, it shouldn't be broken. Oh, clearly this is too dark. Not.
Oh my God.
Oh, hey, look at that hill. If we chopped a good chunk out of it, then it would be better for cars. Like, yeah, but calm down. That's a hill.
So what was this guy trying to sell you anyways?
I still don't know.
Pyramid scheme?
I heard we sent him to another studio, which was also funny because since he claimed the amount of research that he did to arrive at our office, he should have known at least one of the other, like, 8 places he could have gone in town, and he had no idea about any of them. To the point where it's just like when we said Gene, like, you don't know Gene? He's the only other person in here besides Clyde who's given you this information.
It was all
That's like from here.
a lie. You were presuming that he actually did this research.
Oh, well, yeah.
Poor you.
A few minutes in.
I thought you knew.
No, a few minutes
you
in,
knew.
I completely just didn't believe anything he said.
Of course.
And realized, like, oh, you've just been sitting on this.
You've just
what
been
you think is a
pretending
great
to be a
idea.
grown-up.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, you tell
With
some
your
people.
pieces of paper on the wall.
Yeah, it was.
Sometimes I think, what would happen if my office burnt down when I'm not working there this year?
Mhm.
And then I don't care.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's just stuff. Like, until you're separated from that
And I'm
stuff
like,
for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't realize
What's
just
there?
how.
I can't even remember things that are there.
Mostly books that you have copies of here.
I got 2 naked statues that are like posable for life drawing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd kind of like those, but I think they're only like worth like $50 or something.
Only. Better get those back.
Eh.
No, he kept going on about technology and how he's interested in technology and animation and all these things, websites, internet. Like he's been looking.
Well, that's shocking.
He searched the whole internet and he saw that the
He
technologies
searched the whole internet.
that that he's been looking at. He's like, although they do exist, nobody's doing this with them. And it's just like, oh God, like I hear this so often, or just something like that. Like, you know what you should do? I'm going to guess finish at least one of the projects we're working on now. Although you think you have $1 million idea, we also think we have $1 million idea, but we also know that it takes a couple $1 million ideas to get to the actual $1 million idea. You don't usually just shit out the first
How
one.
many $1 million idea licks does it take to get to the center of the $1 million idea?
I don't know.
Tootsie Roll.
I'm up to like 11 or 13 so far.
Whoa. You should just take a bite.
I'm thinking of taking a bite. I don't know. According to your phone, Sushi Up, one of the games I did, that's like a 2048 type of game.
It's #1.
It's #1 on your phone. It's like number 114 on my iPad. But yeah,
Blasphemy.
I don't know. Sushi Up. If you like adorable dancing sushi and you like 2048, we made that. And into one thing. So yeah, he's there and he's like saying this. I'm like, all right, well, like you're saying websites, like we don't make websites here. Yeah, you should go down and see Gene. Like he has his hands like he a much wider reach. He knows everybody. Like I art direct these 2 people and these 2 guys are game programmers and that's it. We are at max capacity right now. And he was like, no, this is perfect. Like,
How is that
how is this perfect? Like, what is it you're looking for? Like it sounds like I assume you want to build some sort of epic world then with a bunch of things. And he's like, no, like it's not Warcraft. Like I didn't say it was Warcraft. So is it Warcraft? Like no. Is it a game? Like is it a game or is it an
Why are you
application?
guessing?
And like literally, yeah, because also he, first thing he's like, well, I get people to sign a non-disclosure agreement before I let them hear
Holy
anything about it.
fuck.
I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I really don't have time for this, and I'm not the guy to talk to. I'm just trying to tell you whether or not we can help you, but you have to tell me what it is. If you're making a game, then maybe we are the people to get in line with. If it is not a game, then it might be very far out of our scope. Maybe
There's one thing I learned
Mm-hmm.
and one thing I
Yeah.
remember from music website camp. I took a course called with the East Coast Music Awards.
Mhm.
Media
Yeah, it had
Something.
35 names.
something
Mm-hmm.
where you like learn about like how to do marketing for your band. But I figured I could just apply it to the podcast anyways.
Yeah.
Which I could, and I did. Is that you need to fucking be able to explain what it is you do, and that was like one of the main things that we weren't really doing with our other podcast because it was just like, well, who's it for? Like, oh, it's for everybody. Like, what's it about? It's about everything.
Yeah.
Like, well, who would like it? Everybody. Well, is it for
Yeah.
men or women? Both.
Listen, sir.
Like, okay, well,
I
then
don't
what is
know-
it? Is it just fucking everything?
Like, do you see me here? Like, I'm on the edge of my desk right now. I'm looking at you, and I don't know
Just
if I can
tell
do
me.
everything for everybody. It's just me. Like, and these 4 people. That's it. That's all I got. You're going to have to give me some more information. Like, is it an app at least? Like, is it an app for, like, a phone? And he would get this big, giant,
And you're the only person
Grinch
who will
smile.
ever fucking ask you 50 questions of what something
Yeah,
is.
and even that. Well, that's the thing. It was like, well, because I kept
no
telling,
one else in the world would ever do that.
I would not want to ask any questions at all because I was fully like, well, you know what? I was like, I don't think we can help you, so go talk to those other guys. Have a good day, and I'm done. I just want to get back to my desk. I
You
have
never
so
know,
much
though.
work to
Pretty
do.
Women styles. That guy could have $1 million
So that's what I thought. Like the
in
reason
funding for games.
The reason I kept him around for a minute because at first I could have swore he did say, I've already got like the $1 million funding. Money is no object. So I'm like, oh, well, then yes, we want to work with you. That's what we need is a money is no object type of person. Then later on, I realized what he was saying was this project is so good that money is no object. We will immediately get $1 million. All I need is somebody to have already set up a company that's small enough for me to take over with my dumb idea. And you know, it's like it wasn't like again like until halfway through me saying I don't think we can help you. Like no, you can help us. Well, I can't say yes, I can help you.
No, it's perfect if you can't help us.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
And it's like I don't have the time to sign a non-disclosure agreement and sit down with you for 2.5 hours discussing your thing. Like he ended up doing at the other studio, and we found it was a pile of bullshit, whatever it was. And
This guy did.
Yeah. So we sent him down. Yeah. So Gene sat down with him for a while, and it was a giant
So
waste
you
of time.
just like let him waste everyone's time.
Basically, yeah. Well, again, at that point, it's like I don't know. Maybe it is. You know, everybody's making fun of me. Like you might have. Maybe you did just let the $1 million idea walk out the door. Like that's fine. But we already have a bunch of ideas we're working on. Like I have to assume one of these is worth $1 million, or else
No,
I'm just
your
gonna keep.
idea is not as good as my idea.
Yeah, so he's got the idea, and I just let it go, whatever it was. Regardless, this guy took the time to say the word technology 1,000 times as if he was talking about building robots in the future from the past, like the 40s past. And then when I brought up, like, oh, yeah, well, you know, I'm sure that's all it is. He just says, like, I'm just going to combine these technologies. And I'm like, well, that's all it takes is, like, I'm pulling for you. It'll be great. Maybe I will be working for you like you keep threatening every 10 minutes when you team up with whoever because it's so great. We all wanted somebody to take music and a phone and a calculator and everything else and the internet and put it into one place that we could read well with a big enough screen.
Somebody already did that.
And then somebody eventually did. So maybe you are the guy to combine these things, or you're like every other idiot who's just like, hey, I figured it out. I noticed this, and I put them together. And I'm just like, yeah, that's already still an iPhone, dickhead. Most of your ideas are just iPhones now. Like, it's already a thing. Or Facebook or Twitter. I figured it out. Like, you know what people need is a place where they can, like, write comments, like, on each other's, like, areas, and then they can also, like, message personal information, like, to each other, but it's not, like, policed by some, like, weird rich guy, right? Like, am I right? Yes, so
right?
you want to start Facebook again until someone buys
right.
you out. Yeah. You're just waiting, everyone's just hoping Facebook buys them, so it's insane to hate Facebook all the
hope
time.
Facebook buys us.
That'll be pretty cool.
Cross my fingers.
I don't know what I would do after that. I assume it would mean
Nothing.
Yeah. Oh.
Get drunk.
Well, yeah. Then I'd still have to start a new
Podcast.
another
Yeah.
podcast to talk about it,
Yeah, the bear fucking report.
and then we do go back to our roots and do the bear report.
Then we can do whatever the fuck we want. Not this fucking pandering to the masses.
Yeah, like we do.
bullshit. So we have to fucking do every day.
We do every day.
Every day, fucking. Oh, what do our fans want? Oh, what do you want? Then we do it.
What
putting
would
on a
Kevin
big
J.
show.
Forbes like to hear
Putting
today?
On a hat,
What would Kevin
putting
J.
on this
Forbes
hat,
like to hear
putting
today?
on this costume.
That's all we do.
Fucking puppets, finger puppets. That's all they're clamoring for. And what
all
do? We just do
begging
that
for
shit.
it.
We just do
You
it.
think it's our idea to do finger puppets? No. Every day, my email is full. Hey, get off your dumb ass. All right? Pull your head out of it. Clean
Maybe
the
you could
shit
make
out
your
of
own
your
finger
ears.
puppet fucking sitcom.
And do a
But I
fucking
guess
finger
you
puppet.
can't, so we have to do
So
it.
we have to do it.
Sweating our asses off.
Don't
day
want to.
in, day out, trying to put these out for you fucking every day. Two this week.
You think we went
There
to an
was
art
two.
store one day, saw these two puppets, saw the one puppet, and Tara said, oh, do you think it would be cool if Pablo Picasso and Andy Warhol lived together? And I don't know anything about artists, so I said, you know what would be better? And I threw the Pablo Picasso across the art store and pulled out another Andy Warhol that I happened to have in my other hand as Tara pulled up the same one and went, two Andy Warhols. And then we thought about it for way too long, and then left that art store with 2 tiny finger puppets, which in those days was super cool because they were like $2, and now they're like 12 or something, or like
God.
9. They're so expensive. So that's it. Other than
I'm never gonna have any more friends.
well, they can have friends.
Well,
but,
they have friends that came from Brazil.
Or Ecuador somewhere. Every year, the mall usually has a one of the stores that doesn't exist anymore, or a kiosk where there's a guy from Brazil or wherever. It's always somewhere new that has a bunch of hand crocheted hats and Rasta wigs and all kinds of weird things. And then some.
Like our finger puppets are like hand crocheted on the fingers of like tiny Ecuadorian children.
Oh, definitely. You can tell some of them just do not.
They probably
fit.
have to like use 2 tiny fingers for our one finger.
Oh, for sure, for one
Probably
American
3
finger.
of their starving fucking little fingers.
Yeah. In my country,
I make a peek. I make you peek
make
finger
you a
puppet, but I
little
use
pig
my
for
whole
your
arm.
puppet show. No, we don't get to have a puppet show or internet, but we hear you have a good time, even though.
We wish we have a puppet show, but we only barely have fingers. Some of us have more than 3 fingers, and then we have a puppet show,
You
finger
use
puppet
finger
show.
puppets for a good time and have a good laugh. When I use finger puppets, it's for my job, and then I get abused because I'm never doing my job fast enough. And the secret is, you never do it fast enough.
Oh.
They're like faster, and I go a little bit faster. They're like faster, I go a little bit faster.
That's just very
And
sad.
they still eat me. And I still.
You'll be complaining to me because I also work in the factory with you.
Yes.
And I don't have any fingers to even make these finger puppets.
You have to. I watch her. She works very hard. It's extra hard for her to keep up, so sometimes I sneak some over to her. That's why I try to work extra fast.
And then sometimes also I steal some from you, so it
But
all works
also,
out.
she steals. So I know she's doing it though. But we're still good friends, so it's okay. Once we get old enough, then one of us has to, pick sides of who's going to be like in charge of the littler kids. Then I have to wield
And one
my
of us will
machete.
kill each other.
Yeah, if I have
kill
to
each other off.
with the machete. But yeah, she
So
has
who
to
could
use
be
her
in charge?
toes.
But for
I look
now,
over at some. She put the little crochet on her toe, and she crochet around, and she made the little puppet. So that's
very
why
sad.
sometimes when in America,
I hear that in some places in America they use these finger puppets on the YouTubes for sitcoms. This is no joke. You think this is funny?
it's a political statement. I make a little pig. It's like the pigs of society eating away at our souls. I make a
I thought
little
I was making
Santa
these for
Claus.
like, high class actors and actresses. Their kids.
Not for jerks.
Not for jerks to put it on the YouTubes and just use us up.
Vimeo at least. We say
Vimeo at least.
we
At
say
least.
Vimeo
YouTube is like
or
the
nothing.
Ecuador of fucking podcasting or whatever.
Who
Or
even
whatever
knows
it is of
Everyone
YouTubes.
owns YouTube. Everyone owns YouTube now, so it's just like, full of everyone else's.
Shit.
Oh,
It's like Ecuador. It's shit.
I don't approve of all the swearing, really.
Hey, listen, I'm 6 years old. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I smoke, I do whatever I want.
I guess it's probably I should get back to work. Everyone's
I'm
looking
going
at
for a
us.
smoke break.
Oh no, we can't do that. You're going to. This is not America.
It's the only way we get a break.
It's not America. Well, that's goodbye forever then. You're not going to make it back. I better make it 2 extra. I'm going to expect someone to pick up the slack after they kill you.
Well, here's the last finger puppets I ever made. One, I call him Nick.
It's pretty bad.
This one's a pig.
Yeah, I think he's.
This
doing-
one I
he
call
looks like a murderer.
Chick. And this one I call Ass.
Yeah, that's what they are.
I hope they're not for children.
Well, I'm sure they won't be. Nobody wants to give stuff from other countries to their children. They're afraid of the disease.
And this one I stuffed with all of my own hair.
Oh, that's
I call it
definitely-
Bunny.
That's definitely illegal.
I know, but I wanted it for myself.
Well, you that should definitely keep it yourself, because if that goes to the other country, they're going to get the Ebola and all the other cross-country diseases. And
Well, I'm
more
going to go for my
epidemics.
smoke break. Whatever happens to these finger puppets, I will not know.
That's cool. Probably the same as your fingers in the garbage. All right, goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
Good to knowing you. I wish I hadn't wasted my time giving you a
I
rock
hope you
haircut this
die
morning.
in rotten hell.
I'm not,
That's all. That's
I'm not
all.
hoping you die. It's like a warning. I'm just saying.
No, that's like it's like a
really work.
saying. You say like, "Hey, I hope you die in rotten hell," so you don't have to keep doing the shit, right? It's like a nice saying. Hey, I hope you die in rotten hell.
No, I don't think. You're not a good friend. I'm very sad now.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Who knows?
Very conflicted right now.
Who knows?
Okay, I'm going to get back to work so I don't get killed.
Well, you get back to work so I can steal your finger puppets later.
I'm just saying, if you don't get back to work, they're going to kill you.
I'm going to have a cigarette because I'm freaking addicted.
All right, but,
Everybody's doing it. Everybody's out there doing it.
Yeah, but all those guys, they're the warlords, and they're in charge, and they have the whips and the machetes on the ends of
Someday
whips.
I will be a warlord and I will be in charge.
Only if you get back to work right now. But anyway, rest in peace. Have a good day. He's been cool.
All right, goodbye.
I did my best.
I hope you die in London.
Stop saying mean things. I'm giving you warnings of... Goodbye. Hope you rot in hell, etc.
See? I told you. He's just nice.
Hey, it's Don. I just wanted to let you know that if you haven't bought a copy of the book Look What I Did from Lulu.com yet, then you probably should. And that goes for anybody who hasn't bought it yet. You really, really, really should. It's got all kinds of really, really good caricatures in it, including 5 never before published anywhere on the internet. Why would you miss out on that? Why would you miss out on that? Come on. Just go buy it. Lulu.com. Lulu.com. Search for Look What I Did or Don Pinsent and you'll find it. And then you'll buy it. You'll kind of have to. You'll feel like you have to because it's that awesome. Done out.
Is this when we talk? Is this the part when we talk?
This is the part where we say, anyway, that guy who came into the office in the end who was saying technology, when we specifically said, like, like mobile apps, cell phones, he was literally like, oh, no, I don't do cell phones. I don't know. I don't do cell phones.
I don't sell phones.
I don't know anything about that.
What are you talking about? I came in here with a folder and a piece of paper.
Exactly.
Right here.
Yeah, I see that. You won't show it to me.
Never going to show it to you until you sign an agreement. These people, you have to sign an agreement.
Are you looking for an app? I'm not signing an agreement to waste my time. If you're looking for a website, go somewhere else.
App? What's an apple?
Exactly. So we can't help you.
What are you saying there?
I'm saying we can't help you. I think you want to go to
I
a
have
different
degrees
place.
in this. I have degrees in folders. I have degrees in clipboards. I have degrees in shoes that are black and shoes that are brown.
Well, then in that case, you should be well aware.
And you know what? I want to combine things with synergy. I want to synergize them.
That's a great idea.
I want to make
you should do
things
that.
work together.
Go ahead.
And you are the ones that I need to do that with.
No, you do it.
I've checked everyone
ahead.
in the yellow pages and beyond,
Well,
even in the blue pages.
You might want to go even more beyond that.
Did you know that that's the government part?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I heard something about that.
I thought it was like, hey, blue, fun. No.
Yeah, I don't know what I thought it was.
Really no one I could work with. But you, on the other hand, you are the guy that I need.
Based on the yellow pages.
And we're going to synergize. We're going to do such good things together. And we don't even have to worry about the money. Do you have lots of money?
No.
We don't have to worry about that at all.
We'll probably have to worry about the money. We don't just have...
Did I tell you about my degrees?
Just because we have computers.
Did I show you this clipboard?
Yeah, I see the clipboard.
And a folder with a piece of paper in it.
That sounds great. We got to get back to work.
So we could do something together. Is that what you're saying?
No.
We could do this. Totally synergize.
I think when you came in, you said it was your day off, so you're going to places. It's not my day off. I need to do my work, so since you don't have any money.
So you're ready to work
or
on this
and you
together.
don't want it. I don't know what this
I love
is.
it.
What is this?
That's exactly that.
Exactly.
Exactly what you think it is.
But
not that at all. Because
it's $1 million idea.
It's $1 million idea.
That's how they usually go. And what I'm saying is, if you really
it's
wanna...
not even really $1 million idea because it's like $1 billion idea because it's $1 million idea stuffed inside each dollar of $1 million ideas.
Yeah, I think you've been spending
Plural.
most of your time thinking about the different ways to
talk about my idea. Yes, that's all I've been doing is spending my time thinking about how I could talk about my idea and thinking about my idea because it's such a good idea. You don't even understand.
Yeah, if you're going door to door, then it's probably not that great of an idea.
I'm not going door to door. I only went to one door, your door, because you are it.
I feel like we are so far from what you need.
I saw you in the paper, and
it sounds
I
like
knew right away.
You need you want to I feel like you want to build machines of some kind,
No,
not just a.
No.
Is it so? It's not an app.
Eventually,
you want to
there
build
will be the
machines.
robots, but not right at the
Not
beginning.
yet. You think we're going to turn into a robot company? Fantastic.
First, it all starts with the idea.
No.
Then it gets.
And then you go from there. You build the idea into a thing, but you want me to just do that.
And then second part 2, you are rushing it right ahead.
But
It's like you're reading my mind.
Yeah.
First the idea, then do the thing.
either way, I'm
Oh my god,
already so busy with her own ideas.
it's like weird.
No, we're not going to finish.
It's saying things at the same time. Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not going to finish each other's sentences.
Stop.
Anyway, in the end of that story, or not even in the end, I was so I don't even understand how I feel like a person who is I don't understand normal social cues in the world, so I've tried to learn my best. When you watch those TV shows where the weird nerd is like, well, hey, should I talk to a girl like this?
I'm starting to not even believe this shit about
And yeah,
Asperger's and stuff like that, and that there's a scale. I think that that's just something that
it's just
people that conform to society say about people that don't conform to society, and they're just like, there's a scale of you weirdos, and we're just gonna put you
that's
on
what I
it.
say all the time. Do you ever even listen to this show? Yeah, exactly that. Because I'm literally I know my face is red. I know I can feel how red I'm turning. I can see. I know I'm gripping the side of the desk for dear life as this guy's talking to me. And if I was trying to talk to somebody and I saw that they were turning red and doing that, all I could do was oh, clearly I'm upsetting them. I should get out of here because they said that
Because you're Canadian.
they
and
can't
you know
help
these
me
things.
and I can't help them, so I should leave. But they don't. Nobody ever does. Nobody sees that I'm losing my mind and walks away. They're always like, so anyway, here's 19 more things you should think or do or say. No, I'm freaking out right now.
Maybe you need to just start walking away.
I do. I need to just start closing doors on people.
I'm kind of glad that there is things it's just becoming more evident to people. Hopefully that everybody is different. Everybody has been saying this. I don't know. I feel like I learned that since grade 1. Everybody is different, but I don't feel like I really understood it until I started taking university courses for teaching. And they're like, no, seriously, everyone is different.
Yeah.
Totally different.
And it's
they
wrong.
learn differently. They think about things differently. They see things differently. And there isn't one single right way to do anything.
Sadly, in all of those courses you've taken, it seems to me the general consensus, shit.
I don't know that was maybe...
Just deleted one of my notes by mistake. I don't know which one it was. Could have been a big one.
Too bad you are such a jerk to Siri, because maybe she might be able
maybe
to
she would back it up somewhere, but I'm pretty
undo
mean to
it for
Siri.
you, but-
But no, yeah, most of the other teachers and the teaching teachers, whatever, all seem to be in the, I don't know, ballpark of there's all kinds of different ways, and
But I'm only going to teach this way.
well, not even there, because
That's what you think.
I'll deal with the other ones because those are all mental disorders, and this is the one right way. They read it, they memorize it, they write it back down again. That's the normal way to do it. Every other way to teach and learn is for mentally challenged people. But it's no, it's for people who have minds and want to be a part of the world. Like,
It's true.
you know, especially I
One
don't
of the things, like, there's a TED Talks that's about how to teach boys. I think we probably did talk about this before, but maybe we didn't talk about it on this podcast. That it's better for boys if they learn in an environment where they're like actually physically doing things and like outdoors and stuff like this, right? And that's I agree. But I also agree that girls also would flourish in such an environment where you get to do things outside and fucking touch things and like actually do things. That's an everybody thing. But it's just because boys don't conform as well to this like police, like prisoner style state.
Yeah.
Like I'm so shocked now, but I like lived it. Like I was there, and probably even in maybe, but I'm not sure, in a stricter state, I'm not sure, because we had the strap and things, like we had physical abuse that to look forward to if you ever fucking didn't abide by the rules or just like pissed a teacher off enough to like get sent to the office. Like you were facing possibly the strap, like possibly getting beaten with some strap. I don't fucking know. I cried my way out of the strap because I was supposed to get the strap once, but I cried my way out. Thank God.
I think a good 90% of the time they just like everybody would just cry and you'd just get let off. And they just, you know, you'd live in fear of the one or two kids that really did
That's
get
like
beat
a
with
prisoner. Like that's.
But still, yeah, that is.
You're here. You're forced to learn when like that's the craziest thing, because all of these kids are sponges.
Yeah.
And their own like their only purpose in life is to learn.
They can't not learn. The real problem
and they
is
can't not learn.
like the thing is like, well, you just can't be left at home alone, because then you'll just learn whatever is around to learn, and that's why school exists, because it's like, oh, you're either gonna, you know, you might learn to work in the coal mine, or you might learn to have crazy adventures like Pinocchio and Ass Face or whatever that other guy's name was. But
Geppetto?
Yeah, Pinocchio and Ass Face when they turned into donkeys and had a great
his
time.
friend George or something. Yeah, I can't remember.
And that's really all that is, because, I mean, aside from a babysitting service, you know, when they're really young, it is just like, we just got to put good ideas in front of them and help them, you know, while they are sponging, throw math and reading and all this communication devices, so that when they get older, they can communicate better. And at a certain point, like,
I think school is important, but like, this is my thing. As a instructor of adults, like, these adults are there because they're paying to be there, right? So I always thought, that's fucking way easier, because they're paying to be here. Like, they want to be here. But like, if I had to teach kids, like, there's what's incentive is there for these children? There's no incentive.
Yeah.
Like, they're not paying to be here. I can't go like, you're fucking paying to be here, so fucking you better do your work. Like, that's not a thing. Okay, so I thought teaching adults was probably harder. But it's like, it's probably exactly the opposite, because when you're teaching children, they automatically look up to you, and only some adults will automatically look up to you. Like, as an adult instructor, there's just some that will.
Well, a lot of them are
usually
are
the younger ones,
the,
maybe, but
like,
them.
I paid to be here, therefore just put the information in me. Like
sometimes they're not the ones that pay to be there. Like, maybe they. But even if they got a loan, that's what I don't. They don't like. That's what I don't understand. That they don't understand. Is they're still paying to be here, even though it's a loan. Like, they've got to pay that back. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
Sometimes it takes people like their whole
if people
entire
don't want
lives
to do
to realize
shit,
that a loan,
and they're not interested,
is still
they
money
won't
that they
do
owe.
it. Guess what? It's fucking true, whether they're paying for it or not. So one of the things I try to do was, number one, teach to all different forms of learning, visual, doing, going outside, try to do all of these things, and also like see what it is they want to learn. Usually, like, there is certain things I have to teach, but how I teach it, that's fucking up to me.
Yeah.
I would never go and like tell any of these people's parents. Like, what the fuck would that do?
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, it's up to me to see how they want to learn and what they want to learn. But also at the same time, like, I'm not going to take responsibility for the one or two that don't really even want to be there and are just
like, it's
paying and are going to just fail.
Whether you pay,
not because they can't do it,
not,
but because they're not. That's not. But they're interested in the first place.
Like, you're not here for a punishment, so it isn't like no matter what it is. Like, even when I was teaching there, it still felt so crazy, because it's like, oh, we got to do this. Like, yeah, this is exactly why you're here. Like, no offense, was like, I don't care if you care about your grades. Honestly, like, you shouldn't. You just care about
learning something
Yeah, I was like, whatever it is, it's still important to you. Like, maybe this class, what I'm teaching, like, isn't for you. That's fine as long as you're doing something. If not, then you really have to think about your life, because you're spending a lot of time and money here, and if this is torturous to you, then you don't want to end up doing this for the rest of your life. That's crazy talk.
That's true.
So, yeah.
For the kids, though.
Yeah, for the little
kids.
kids.
What I don't understand is, like, my sister told me that the teacher, like, for parent-teacher day, or I'm not sure if she got called in for this. I don't think she got called in because this would be crazy. But Matthew was, like, doodling in his books, and he's not really paying attention, I guess. Mm-hmm. And, he's going to be so upset when he's older that we told everybody in the world that he was. But so they told my sister. So she's like, had to talk to him about it. And she's like, you have to pay attention and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
what they had to pay attention to, it's like those movies where it is like, why can't we just be in love? Like, I don't see a difference between black and white. Like, that's just the way it is. Like, oh, well, if we're going to go around the room one by one, everybody reads the same word again and again and again. Cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
I already know. Oh, yeah, it's French class. I already know the word is le cheeseburger by the time it gets to me, so that's crazy talk that we're not even doing different words.
Fromage Royale.
But
Royale with cheese.
But it's kind of actually makes
Le
more
Royale
sense.
with cheese, that's what it is.
Like, I remember doing that because in my head, when we did those classes, when that came up, I felt like it was cheating to listen to everyone else's answers, so I tried not to pay attention and doodle or whatever, because it's like, well, it's like game show style. Like, okay, what's my question? Like, as if it's new. Like, we've just been going around the room, just say what everybody else says. Well, that sounds like a waste of time to me, doesn't it? That's army training. That's to train us to not have a soul, kill somebody, and walk away. Like, that's again, like that's what my idea of teaching. What I don't want to be teaching or how to be teaching.
Are you teaching me like Hitler?
Yeah.
I don't know why you were British when you were little, but
yeah, every kid is just better if they're British. But yeah, that's like bringing over a bunch of elephants and just being like, all right, like, teach these elephants to dance. Like, why would elephants? They already want to do their own stuff.
Why would I want to teach elephants to dance?
Like, but that kid would be the elephant or whatever. Like,
I'm the elephant.
I don't know how. Yeah, teaching little kids it's just crazy to me. It's just like,
don't teach me.
Here's
it's
wild
crazy.
animals.
I'm a wild animal.
Force them.
Don't force me. Just force me.
Yeah. But I see no other way, because they are like wild animals. Again, when
you don't have to force them to do anything, though. You just have to find out what their currency is.
Just
that's it.
Present something
like anybody.
Nice. And fun.
You still say it's ridiculous, but I had to have a currency for fucking stickers or whatever for high achievers. The stickers aren't for the low achievers.
Oh, I'm not saying, again, it's not.
The stickers are for the high achievers. The low achievers could give a shit about stickers, probably.
They're
not going for stickers.
My paycheck currently hinges on sticker currency. Like, mobile games is just, here you go, you earned a badge and all this imaginary shit, and then you hopefully pay some money for it. You're doing it in exchange for grades and good work and whatever.
Now will you accept that I'm a good teacher? Now that I have a certificate that says I can teach adults and it's written in Helvetica font?
Yes, your Helvetica font photocopy says you're a teacher, and I believe you.
Well, part of it's Helvetica. Part of it is fucking just New Times Roman, for Christ's sake.
But no, it's not, again, like, I'm pretty sure I said this last time.
Why couldn't they just choose any other font, other calligraphy font?
I'm not saying the sticker thing is wrong. I'm saying what's ridiculous about it is like, we are in a world where
in a world
where a bunch of adults are paying to get this education.
Adults are paying for me to get stickers.
They still need to get
also, the crazy part that I never thought would happen.
Yeah.
In the million years, I would never guess this, that students would give me stickers for me to give back to them as rewards.
It's insane. And again, we also run on that model with the podcast. Like,
so great.
We do a podcast, then sometimes people send us audio. They send us stuff so that we can play it back to them. Thanks for listening. Here, play this at me. What? Okay. I don't even have to go. It's not even like requesting a song. I got to queue it up and find it. They just sent it to us. You can do it too. We'll play some there.
Everyone can do it. You
Yeah.
can leave us a message
So,
now.
just go
And
to-
it works for real.
It works for real. It works on
Sorry if you tried before.
your mobile app.
And it didn't work.
Yeah, the wrong word was in there, whatever.
Thank you for all the voice messages we got.
No such thing as
So many.
grownups.com.
We'll try to play some of them.
Yeah,
As many as we can
leave
this
a voice
time.
message, and
You can ask us a question. You could impersonate
we will physically hear
us
it with
or
our ears.
someone else, like Borat.
Hello? Is this no such thing as grown-ups? Yes. It is? Okay. Well, I would like to say that people out there should, listen to no such thing as grownups.com, because what else are you gonna listen to?
Is that
Or
something you're into?
you could also, promote yourself if you, I don't know. Tell us about yourself.
And that covers all the ones that we got
Tell us
so far.
about ourselves.
This episode is too long now. No such thing as grownups.com. Leave a comment, iTunes, etc.
This episode's too long now?
It's too long.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know